Good afternoon, this is Daniel Johnson. I am the Practical Taoist. I am a Taoist and a writer, and this is the first episode of my new channel, The Practical Taoist. So let's start with basics. What is Taoism? Taoism is not a religion. Taoism is an ancient science or philosophy from China. But let's just say that it sees the world as being an exchange of energies or potentials. So everything is viewed through your relationship with the energy or the vibe of the world that surrounds you. So for this episode, we're going to be talking about centering. Centering is a concept not only in Taoism, but for a lot of people who are mindful. Some of you know it as mindfulness. So for the purposes of this video, I'll use the word centering. Centering means becoming in touch with yourself, in your body, in this moment, becoming present. Not thinking about who you are or trying to rationalize or figure out who you are, but experiencing who you are. And the concept is simple, but it's profound. Everything happens in the present moment. Even thoughts of the future, thoughts of the past, all happen in the present moment. So that's why the present is so powerful. The degree of how centered you can become impacts everything that you're going to be doing. All right. If you read some of my books before, like The Quality of Thinking or Physical Intelligence, then you'll understand a little bit of what I'm talking about. How people's lives are not just run by cognitive thinking, but a lot of other patterns in the mind that determine the quality of the thoughts that you're able to come up with. Because we're a cognitive species, our success as a species comes down to, and it's been influenced a lot by our cognitive ability. Cognitive ability is our ability to think about things, ideas and images and thoughts on a timeline, plan for the future, and to introspect and look at the past. So it's very powerful, and for a lot of people that's our whole conscious thought, and they think everything else, or they define everything else as being subconscious. The more that you start to study the mind, you're going to start to see that it's not a matter of things being conscious or subconscious, but rather conscious cognitive thought you need to relate to differently than physiological or emotional thought or other modes of thinking. But they all influence your life. So getting in touch with yourself and centering yourself is a very powerful skill, and it has huge implications on your performance in your ability to interact with the world around you, or how you interact with the world around you. So when I first teach people breathing, centering, they say, I already know how to do that, I've been breathing all my life. Or I took a course at the community center, and it's pretty basic. I'm on to more advanced meditations. It's not really the fact that you know how to breathe, but it's how you breathe. And how you breathe and how you center yourself determines how effective you are in everything you do in your life. So a big challenge for me is not to teach people how to breathe. That's pretty easy. You don't need me for that. You can just go online and search for deep breathing, centered breathing, or breathing, and then there'll be a huge amount of exercises. And most of them are all pretty good, and they'll all pretty much work. My challenge is to teach people the importance of breathing. Because as easy as it is to breathe and to do a breathing technique, it's that easy for most people to forget about it. And that's the real value of breathing, and centered breathing is to do it regularly. So I have this very simple exercise that I show people to let them experience how centering yourself and how centered breathing can have a profound effect not only on how you feel about yourself, or how you think about yourself, but on what actually happens in a very pragmatic sense. So it's very simple to do, and you can do it with a partner, all right? It's called iron ring. So you start out by having two people. One person leads the exercise and the other person follows. Okay, so the person who follows will make a ring with their finger, a simple ring, okay, called iron ring. So you will make it as solid as you can, put all your strength into it, psych yourself up, put all your strength, and then when you're ready, you tell the other person to try and open it up. And the other person puts his two fingers in and tries to open it up. And what happens? Well, of course, he breaks your finger. He doesn't break your finger, but he opens up the finger. He breaks the ring, all right? And it doesn't take much effort. And no matter how strong the person is, you will always win, because these muscles here cannot compete with these muscles, all right? So, step one. Step two, the person who's making the iron ring, now, when you prepare yourself, you're going to do centered breathing, okay? Centered breathing, there's a lot of skills online, deep breathing that you can do, okay, or meditative breathing, or you can follow this technique, okay? Any of the ones you do should be similar to this. You're going to breathe in through your nose, and you're going to drink in energy. You're going to drink in new life, which is what you're doing when you breathe. You're going to hold. Pay attention to yourself. Don't anticipate or analyze, just pay attention to what you feel. Then breathe out, send away tension and frustration. So that's centering. So do that several times. Make a ring, okay? Don't overly force yourself, because you'll just be generating tension that's working against you, okay? But keep a firm circle, all right? And then you're going to start attaching and putting together different patterns, so that all of your, or the most of your mental patterns are synced up, okay? So you've already done the physiological. Now you're going to attach it to a strong visual image, okay? You're going to visualize like this is an iron ring, like this is solid metal and it can't break, all right? You will keep that thought in your mind. Emotionally, the fuel and the power of the individual, your will and your desire, you're going to attach that to it, okay? You're going to visualize, you're going to make this into a contest that's important to you, all right? You're going to say, this is not a ring, but this is me holding my child over a cliff, or this is me holding on to my principles, or this is me saving a person, whatever it takes, something that's very solid and means a lot to you, okay? So you'll keep those three patterns together: mental, physical, emotional. Breathing, a firm grip, physically, mentally, strong visualization, and a strong image, and emotionally, you will put in something that's important to you, okay? Then when you're ready, you nod to the person, he will try to open it up, okay? He will try to break the ring. And then, to your surprise, it won't break, or it will be very difficult, okay? One other thing is you need to be determined, okay? You need to resist. It can't be just a game, and you can't just use your thinking. You need to be physical, all right? And no matter what happens, even if you feel it starting to break, you're going to double down with your visualization and your strength, okay? And then person who's trying, and then you can switch back and forth to see that the person is really trying or whatever, all right? Now that the exercise is finished, I'm going to turn the table over to you, and I'm going to ask all of you to post in the comments what you think is going on. You can post your observations, you can post what you went through, and you can post your theories or your speculations or your wisdom on what's going on, all right? And then I will address that and talk about that in the next video. Okay, that is my approach. My approach is non-directional. The way that I always teach is not to tell people things, but to set up situations and environments that you can experience and learn from. There's your experience, and your experience and your answer will doubtlessly vary from the other person. All right, but that's not important. What's most important is how you progress as a person in the exercise. Okay, so this in Taoism, as in Zen meditation, it really is very much your journey and your progress. I'm here to help that, facilitate that, but I'm not here to take the steps for you and to help you walk down the path. All right? I will learn from each of you like you will learn from me. So this is Daniel Johnson saying goodbye again for the Practical Taoist, and I hope to see you all again. Oh yes, please subscribe, okay? Your subscriptions help to keep this thing going, although this is just starting out. So if you like what you hear, subscribe, then I'll keep you in touch of things that are coming up, all right? Also, go to genesis2112.com, and then you can find out about my books. Okay, I've written lots of non-fiction books and fiction books, and they're all listed there. Also on the site are a whole bunch of different meditation courses, okay, full-blown courses, everything from Tai Chi to different forms of meditation, all right, depending on what you want, and they're all completely free. I used to sell them before, but now I've shifted my focus more to writing. So, so you can gain from all of that, all right? So once again, go to genesis2112.com, or you can search for my books directly on Kindle, Barnes & Noble, or iBooks by searching Suli Daniel Johnson. Suli Daniel Johnson. All right, you can get my books in print and in ebook format. All right. Then also, yes, subscribe to this channel or friend me on Facebook. Okay, you just look for Suli Daniel Johnson on Facebook, you'll find me. All right, or you can go to my Finding Your Center page, which has a lot of good resources on it. All right, and yes, do subscribe to this channel so that you can help promote it and get involved in the whole Taoist, practical Taoist.